the $15,000 grand prize. You can feel the excitement in the room. The house is packed. That's right. The house is packed. We're getting right into the game. BackStabx looks like he is sizing up his opponent. Marcel P is unsure of what to play. Now remember, neither player knows what decks they're bringing.
This is true, and this is a reminder, single elimination. So this is it. Loser goes home.
3 minutes to determine your fate. BackStabx in blue in red on top, Marcel in blue along the bottom.
And Marcel, you know, also from a really renowned clan, Reddit Alpha. A lot of Reddit Alpha contestants in this event.
This is a pride for the King of California, as BackStabx is an LA local, Marcel P in the San Francisco Bay Area.
Absolutely. And look at that, Elite Barbarians. I was going to ask you about this. Do you think we'll be seeing a lot of Elite Barbarians? BackStabx answers early by saying yes.
It's a duel of barbs at the river.
And Elite Barbarian does get through there on that left tower. Marcel P takes about 500 damage.
Look how fast. Oh, Graveyard cast on the right side. Graveyard is an incredible new legendary. It summons over 20 skeletons over the course of 10 seconds, and it's really hard to defend. It's become a favorite of pro players.
And now that BackStabx knows that he has the Graveyard, he has to be prepared for it. You have to use your minions. Oh, Graveyard versus Graveyard.
So far, they're playing nearly identical decks. Everyone's loving the Elite Barbarians and Graveyard so far.
How about that? How about these decks? It's incredible, really. And you see that Marcel has the Archers. So does BackStabx. Also has Minions, Ice Golem. A lot of counters to the Graveyard here.
So let's talk about counters to Graveyard. When you see your opponent has a Graveyard, you have to start holding cards that are good against Graveyard, because if you get caught without them, you're losing a tower. We're talking Archers, Guards, Bowler, Minions, Minion Horde, even the Ice Golem.
Absolutely, and you got to be ready for the opponent. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if one of these guys was playing a free spell as well, something to combo off that right. Graveyard. You know, you have to be ready for it.
That's the worst feeling in the world, when you play a big expensive troop to counter a Graveyard, then that and the tower gets frozen.
So you have to play, you know, you have to hold on to your counters. So you also have to be ready for those Fireball or Freeze that's going to come along with the Graveyard. And again, the Graveyard on the left.
I really like the splitting of Elite Barbarians. Now, Elite Barbarians cost 6 and you get 2 of them, so that's like 3 elixir in each lane, and what he's doing is he's waiting for his opponent to commit elixir to one lane, and then he Graveyards the opposite lane.
That was very nice defense there by BackStabx, and then he's going to come at him again in that left lane, doing some more damage to that left tower.
The Archers are doing what they can to clean up the skeletons, but the Minions in the sky were shredding that tower. Over 1,000 damage has been done to Marcel P's left tower, and it is the weakest tower left in the game.
And we are entering the 1 minute left, so the double elixir. And this is a real turning point in the game here, because now both players are going to start to play a little bit more aggressively.
Yep, that's right. And here comes all the Barbarians. The Elite Barbarians are being kept off the tower by the Bowler. The Bowler's knockback ability is incredibly valuable.
Bowler, a huge defensive card in the game right now, and BackStabx using him very effectively. And look at this.
Another Graveyard? Oh, it is!
Oh, it's the Graveyard Elite Barbarians. This is going to be trouble here, but hey, Marcel defending pretty well with those Archers and his Bowler of his own.
Both of these players are showing expert defense. They're playing Graveyard decks that are really good at fighting other Graveyard decks. If you watch both players, they're making sure to place their Archers, holding it and putting it behind the King Tower.
Look at this.
Very sure they can defend these Graveyards.
They're trading the same push right now, but another very nice defense there by BackStabx here.
There are so many mind games in Clash Royale. You're going to have to not just prepare for what your opponent is showing you, but what you think they might do with their cards later on.
And here we go again in the left lane. That tower is getting a little bit low there for Marcel. I'm surprised.
We are in overtime now, which means that the next tower to go down, that's it. That's the end of the game. So there is no coming back from that. So every point of health matters so much on those towers.
And both of these players, you can see, trying to get a read on their opponent.
Oh, what a prediction by Marcel! What a prediction!
That was insane.
The barbs are connecting. This might be it. This might be it. No.
Oh, wow. I thought he had him there. That was an amazing fireball there by Marcel. Very nice predictive move, and that's what Marcel is known for.
BackStabx top right tower is the first tower to enter the triple digits. Only 3 fireballs can end this game, or force a Graveyard. Here comes another fireball in to hit the Archers.
Oh, that was another great fireball there. Elite Barbarians on defense against these skeletons.
Oh, they're building up. They're building up quickly. Does he have another zap? Is it anything else? Another thing's coming out. 50. No, he's zapped. BackStabx wins. BackStabx wins.
I can't believe this. I'm speechless. Marcel goes down.
That's a huge upset.
That is a
hammers Esports. He runs into the crowd.
We are starting out. This is incredible. I can't believe this.
Wow. Oh my God. Let's check in with Kelly to get reactions from our players.
Boom. Mine.
Thank you so much, Rumham. I am here with BackStabx. What was the strategy going into this game, knowing you were going to face Marcel P?
I knew he was going to run Graveyard, so I run 2 counters, run at Archers and Minions, and pretty much well played at him, but we're happy we're moving on to the semifinals.
All right, man. Yeah, congratulations. Good luck into the semifinals.
This moment as when he counterattacks Ice Golem in front. That's a good start. Guards get placed down to take down the Ice Golem, but again, Marcel P is going to answer straight back. Fire Spirits is a perfect answer for that, but no! Oh, no! Is this really happening right now, Rumham? I don't know. Marcel P might make a big comeback. No, the crossbow is still going. Rumham, I think he's done it. I think Marcel P's done it. He's done it. Oh no, what is the last card? Is it a spell?
A fireball won't do it though. It's too early to celebrate just now. This Expo could take down Marcel P's tower.
Oh no, the Inferno Tower in a disadvantageous spot. It actually won't reach the crossbow, and this is a very, very, very tense moment for Marcel P.
Just needs a log and a fire.
Marcel P.
My goodness.
Oh my god.
Wow. I love watching Siege matchups. I love it. I love watching Seer at a steady rate, except I think Tombstone is probably going to be a little worse here than Furnace in terms of clearing out troops, but it seemed very effective there at blocking the Inferno Tower.
All right, the lock has been used to clear out the Princess, and we know that Fireball is out of hand. Gray actually might benefit a lot from throwing the Goblin Barrel, and here it comes. And it's going to be right in the front, trying to mind game it. He gets away from the zap, but this is a big thing. So he chose position number 3, and that's really risky because then it's going to go towards the Tombstone in the middle. If you choose position 3, you want to push it to the left side of the arena so that it goes straight to the tower. That, or choose position number 2, which is below.
You can already see why Gray is such a Rainy fan favorite.
Yeah, yep. The mind games are on point.
And it's exciting. I mean, these are some of the most fun games to cast. Whenever Gray turns up in a big tournament, I'm thrilled from the casting perspective because they're so much fun.
Especially the last few moments of the match can be very explosive when players choose to disobey kind of the spell holding for Goblin Barrel, and you can see a lot of damage being done really quick. But Skeleton Army on top of Royal Giant, and that log just bowled through everything. Again, mind games the Miner to tank for the Goblins. The Skeleton Army is getting held up by the Goblins themselves, and the Miner gets a few good swings despite the fact that BackStabx dropped 2-3 elixir drops to try to stop it.
That's the most orderly filed line of Skeleton Armies I've ever seen. Those were like going on a field trip.
You know, first.
Madeline.
Yeah, right? Hey, the responsibility buddies.
Responsibility. Yeah, I like this from Gray. I think this is one of the things that he needed to do earlier in the last match, is start cycling his Fireball more. Nice positioning on the Archers will stop the Inferno Tower from tagging onto the Royal Giant, and that actually might make all the difference. This Royal Giant is about to connect in a very big way. Log coming out. Is there another card to punish that log usage? I think that BackStabx, or rather Gray, really has to make sure that he's responding to these drops of spells on BackStabx and with spells of his own to make sure that he's always trading with them.
Yeah, it's tough for BackStabx because he wants to use his log and his zap on offense, especially zap on the Inferno Tower to reset it, log on the Skeleton Army. That's so dangerous. Oh, here it goes for the win!